da 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 da. Da da ba dum bum ba bum ba bum bum ba dum ba dum ba dum ba da dum ba dum 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 ba da da da. Hi everybody, this is Terry.
And Kate.
And welcome to another episode of The Old Couple Sitting on the Bench. Tonight it's an after dark episode.
Ooh.
Let's talk about love and sex. Why don't we do that?
Love versus sex.
Well, start us off, Kate. What is the difference between love and sex?
Well, you know, I think as teenagers, young adults, I think, you know, the hormones are raging, people are becoming more intimate, having sex, and I think, and it's, oh, I love you, I love you, I love you, and they equate love, sex with love, I think.
I think that's...
And I think when you're young, you're a teenager or a young adult, and you're just so, you know, into this relationship that you think it really is love. And at times it can be love, but I think it most times could be a more physical thing rather than actual true love.
Yeah, well, I can understand that. I mean, I was very, I think I was emotionally and sexually immature for a very long, well
from
into
your upbringing, from your upbringing,
but
yes.
Well into my adulthood. I mean, I had 5 children before the age of 34 with 2 different wives, and I didn't pick either one of those wives. I don't think because I loved them. I think I picked them because of the way they looked and
it made you feel you had a good sexual relationship.
Yes, well, yes, exactly.
And I also think even going beyond like teenage years and early 20s, I also think that some couples that are together for 3, 4, 5 years, you know, living together, they have got a great sex life, they think the next step is marriage, and it actually may not be. Yeah,
because it's a completely different gig. Well, that's like my first wife and I, you know. We were together for 2 children. We were together almost 4 years. But one morning we woke up and went, oh, we don't have anything in common. We don't even have the same interests or the same friends. And it was a horrifying epiphany.
Yes.
You know, but then I went and made the same mistake again because I fell for some Latin hottie. And
again, you were equating sex with love.
Yes, yes. That feeling of secure...
Well, I think intimacy, like...
Intimacy, yes.
Like you didn't have that growing up.
No. But intimacy was love to me.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. And I think that's the thing for a lot of people, that intimacy is love.
Right.
But a lot of times it's not.
Right. You know...
So then what was different with us, honey?
Well, I think our relationship was the first time, for me anyway, that I didn't base a relationship on sex. My attraction to you went beyond sexual desire, well beyond sexual desire. I actually, I mean, we had worked together for a while by the time I ran into you. You saw me on the street, and I You were in your little Mazda that day, and you had
That
the
was a couple
sunroof open.
years. Yep.
And I looked down into your eyes, and they just, I don't know what came over me that day, but I all of a sudden I was like a little high school kid. I didn't know what to do or say. I was bumbling.
You were smitten?
I was smitten.
But we already known each other for a couple of years.
We had known and worked with each other for a couple of years, yeah. And it wasn't like we were strangers, but...
And we had a good relationship.
But, you know, again, my first thought was not, oh, I gotta have sex with this gal. You know.
But see, that's where that's a good basis for relationships.
Well, it's true. But you know the way it's turned out with us, now we've been together for 30 years. We've never had a crossword between us. We've never had an argument.
Never had a fight.
Never had a fight. And
here comes Zoe.
So, again, you know, our relationship was not built on... After 30 years, I mean, you become, and you always have been for this entire time, my best friend.
Yes.
You're not just my partner. You're much more than that. You're my best friend. You're my everything.
I almost hate that term soulmates, but
it's true, right?
I mean, I think we are, yes, because our relationship wasn't based on sex first. It was friendship, and then we started dating.
Mutual trust.
Trust, yes.
Tell them what one of your first questions was to me on our first date.
Our first date, I said, where do you see this relationship going?
On our first date. Let me tell you, my pucker factor went up to about 11 right then.
I don't know. I think because we knew each other, and we worked together, and I don't know.
Well, you know, Kate is a very serious person. I mean, she's a professional.
Well, tell them how you asked me out that first time and what I did.
Well, yeah, I kind of blew it when I asked her out the first time. But we're both. Kate has been a registered nurse, an RN, BSN for 40 plus years.
Yes.
She's been at the hospital where she works now for 37, 38 years.
37 years.
And I worked at that hospital for many years. I worked in a couple of different departments. But anyway, I started off in security there. And after...
But you're going to tell them how you first asked me out.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I'm just setting up the thing that we worked at the same place.
Yeah.
Now, the nurses' station at any hospital is a very busy place. It's not a private place. It's a very... Doctors,
nurses, respiratory therapists, physical therapists, social workers.
Everybody. And they've got big ears in a very small space. And I made the mistake of asking Miss Noonan out at the nurses' station. And it was like one of those old... when somebody talks, everybody listens commercials. You know, it was like, it was a bustling...
Hey, how are you?
It was a bustling, hustling nurses' station. I say to her, hey, would you like to go out with me sometimes? And you could have heard a pin drop. I mean, it was just complete focus. I felt every eye in the place on me. And suddenly she says to me, something like,
out to the...
meet me in the solarium.
Yes.
Right? Is that right?
Yeah.
Right.
I just like solarium.
Yeah, solarium. Like she just kind of pointed and said solarium. I didn't know what was going to happen, folks. I was very nervous.
You thought you were going to the principal's office or something.
Yeah, I thought I was going to... thought I was going to get swats. So anyway... That's how clumsily it was for me to... We went down to the solarium. She laid...
Don't you ever.
Yeah. She was like laying down the law. She's a very private person. You know, that's the whole thing about her. But anyway, so I was...
But we've never, in the 30 years we've been together, I think this is where we ended the first time, or maybe whatever we're doing. Not a crossword. We've never fought.
No, I mean we disagree.
We disagree.
On
we
things.
have a different opinion on things, but we've never
had a reason to fight each other over it, though.
No. I never crossword. Never. No.
So, what are your opinions about love, about sex? I mean, as a kid, I was promiscuous. I was a slut. Probably. I know you were a good girl. You were saving yourself. But I mean, I was in the military. I was overseas. I had to grow up pretty fast. Not that that's an excuse to be a slut. But that's just the
again,
bottom
you
line.
Equated sex with
I
love.
equated sex with love.
Intimacy.
And I was in love with just about every woman I met. So, I mean, you know. Which is another story for another time.
Yeah, but my love waited for you, honey.
I know you did. I know you did. It's an amazing story. Listen, folks, what's your story? We want to hear from you. Email me. My link is down below. Leave a comment here. Tell us your story. We'd love to hear it. So, for the old couple sitting on the bench, the After Dark episode.
I'm
Terry.
I'm Kate.
We hope that you guys have a blessed week, and we hope that the troops overseas are protected.
Oh my gosh, yes.
We pray for all our servicemen and women, all our policemen, our firemen, our EMTs, nurses, doctors.
And we pray for us here in the United States.
And we pray for the country as well.
God bless America.
God bless America. See you next week.